What's good, Denver?
What's good, Denver? It is September 5th, 2023. I hope you're doing fantastic. We have a wonderful feature today. We're talking football, we're talking sports. It's going to be a lot of NFL, and it's going to be a lot of NCAAF. If that's not your thing, you can skip that part. That's no problem. We also have a special guest. If he can make it in, my son Azzo is a freshman in high school, and he happens to be one of the most educated people I know in the NFL. So I'm bringing him in as a reporter?
remote reporter.
A remote reporter.
From school.
So
live from school.
I think right now he's trying to get out of class and get onto Zoom. If he can make it happen, we'll bring him in. Before we get going, we'll start with a little business. Today's podcast is brought to you by Kitcaster. Kitcaster is a podcast booking agency. They work largely with funded startup founders, entrepreneurs with exits, and C-suite executives to book them on the world's top podcast. If you have a message, if you have a product, if you have a service, and you want to get on podcast and talk about it, Kitcaster is the ultimate place to go. Possibly the best in the world at that service. This is a podcast booking agency. Go to kitcaster.com and check them out. If you want to see the web page for this podcast, it's kitcaster.com/Denver. You can subscribe there on Apple, you can subscribe there on Spotify, and you can sub on YouTube. And with any luck, today will be our first video podcast on YouTube. So as the weeks go by, this will improve dramatically, although I'm pretty stoked about what we got going right now. It should be pretty cool. That's it. As for business, thank you, Kitcaster, for sponsoring the show. So let's start and see if Azzo can come on with events on tap. Olivia, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking, Ryan.
Happy birthday again. I know we talked about it last week, but did you have a good birthday?
I did. Thank you. I had the nerdiest, most elaborate Harry Potter birthday ever. Thank you for asking. There were hanging candles from the ceiling. We had, letters flying out of our fireplace. Yes.
Wow.
Nerdy stuff galore.
Been watching Harry Potter this weekend, so.
Good.
That's a coincidence.
Getting ramped up for spooky season?
I guess so. I'm getting ready for the marathon that comes every holiday season. It's the best.
September 1st is the beginning of spooky season, obviously.
It is. Do you have a house? Do you affiliate with a certain house?
Oh, goodness, no.
No.
I'm not that brand of nerd. Not that that's wrong. I'm just kind of, the franchise is my childhood. But for events this week, we have got Ron Gallo and the Crooked Rugs at Globeville next Monday. I've been looking forward to this show forever. It's a pretty small venue. I don't feel like Ron has a huge following in Denver, but he had his first studio album in 2017 called Heavy Meta, and it has this intentionally garage sound that Heavy Meta being the name, he's very political. He's kind of in your face, but it's 4 layers deep. You never know if he's serious or not. But he's touring his most recent studio album called Foreground Music right now. So have you guys been to the Globeville before?
I have not.
Is that the one on Colfax or no?
It's actually north of Rhino in Globeville.
Okay, I know exactly where that is. Yeah, that little spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that place.
I've never been before, but like I said, I'm a big Ron fan.
Cool.
So I go where Ron goes. So that's going to be doors at 7, show at 8. I'm looking forward to the Westward Feast on Thursday, September 28th. And what that is buy your ticket at the door, unlimited food and drink samples from what they call Denver's best restaurants. So that's going to be all of the winners of Best of Denver. So Daughters of Thai, Terra, Fire Restaurant, My Neighbor Felix, Softa, which I love, Roxy on Broadway, and Mama Lolita's. Last one, this Saturday, September 9th, we have a group show at Left Hand Brewing. Really love their beers. I feel like they're super well known for their stouts. And there's not a lot of information about what artists are going to be showing there. I'm into it. Gonna find out. That's all for me, folks. What have you got going on?
Nice. With the Westward Feast, it's like a sampler thing?
Yeah. unlimited samples. Just kind of buy a ticket at the door. And I think I forgot to mention it's at the McNichols Civic Center on West Colfax.
Cool. No, those sound awesome. Tom, why don't you go, buddy?
All right, I will go for it. And everyone excuse me because I'm trying to drive a million things right now. This is the first time we're using the video switcher, so we're going to try to make it go well. I got a lot of music this week. Before we go to Red Rocks, Civic Center Park, we got Lane 8. That's big for me. I mean, you guys know that I'm all into the dance music stuff, but that's going to be on Saturday, the 9th, Lane 8 at Civic Center. I've never even been to a concert at Civic Center. Ryan, I feel like maybe you know what it's all about there, but I
think that's a new venue.
Really?
Let's see if we I think we got Azzo trying to connect here. Run it?
See if I go for it.
All right,
We're back.
We're back. I'm going to let, I know Troy is very well versed in the NFL, and so is Azzo. So I want to open this up with of course, we're going to talk about the AFC West. We got the rivalry, or at least the old rivalry from the AFC West coming up this weekend, which is the Denver Broncos versus the LA Raiders.
I know.
Troy.
Vegas Raiders.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God, where I've been. The Las
Yes.
Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
The Las Vegas
Yeah,
Raiders.
I'm excited for that. I think it might be a decent game, but I think we haven't beaten the Raiders in like 6 straight games. So if we lose, it would be a very big letdown, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, my hopes are not too high for the Raiders this year. I'll be brutally honest. I'm not expecting this to be exactly a great season. It looks like the Broncos are actually favored in the opening game. So I would not be surprised if the Broncos come away with that one. And if the Broncos finish better at the end of the season than the Raiders, that would not shock me at all.
Key matchups.
Yeah.
Who are we looking at? Azzo, who's playing quarterback for the Raiders right now?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Is that a real person
Yeah.
with a real name?
Yeah.
That's a real name.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they got Josh McDaniels, which is never a good thing. So that could definitely go down. Jimmy Garoppolo, who's like pretty good, but like kind of in a new spot, is kind of concerning. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna have a very good year. But they still do have Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs. But since they held out with Josh Jacobs' contract, I think he could definitely have more of a down year this year. But I mean, only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Devontae Adams I think he's 31 now, which is kind of on that downward side of the career for most receivers. And yeah, Jacobs wasn't present for a lot of training camp, so we'll see how that goes. He might be a big bust this year. Not excited, but still got to represent for sure.
Do the Broncos have any
definitely not
receivers
happy
now? Do the Broncos have any receivers right now? Is Jerry back?
Nah, he's still injured. We got this new rookie from Oklahoma. I think he was a third-round pick, Marvin Mims. They're saying he could be really good because I think they're saying he has the most yards per reception in the NCAA last year. So high hopes for that, I guess. But besides that, looking a little slim. Besides Tim Patrick.
All right. Sorry.
Crazy.
Oh, go ahead.
Crazy story. Tim Patrick was on my high school football team in San Diego at UC High.
No way.
Dang.
Yeah. We had a drill against each other one time where I believe I was the corner and he was the receiver, and it was not fair at all.
Not close.
Oh,
Not
man.
close.
That wasn't
at all.
Higgins Island out there?
Yeah, no, not at all.
No.
But
Oh,
yeah, I feel for Tim because the last 2 seasons he's had super unfortunate injuries in training camp. So
I know.
he hasn't been able to play yet on that big contract he got, but I'm rooting for him. Hopefully he comes back next year.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the guy. And he was so good. Like with Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock, we thought that was a bad year. We didn't even know about this year, but he had 5 touchdowns, and they were really all really good. And he beat Trayvon Diggs on that one against the Cowboys, but he's had bad luck for sure.
Yeah. Our
Yeah.
heart goes out to that guy for sure. Okay, San Diego. Speaking of Los Angeles, San Diego, how are they looking in the division?
They, I
The
think,
Chargers?
Did I say San Diego?
Yeah.
God.
yeah.
I said Los Angeles, San Diego. It's obviously not. I'm talking about the Chargers, the LA Chargers.
Chargers. Huh.
I think they're second favorites behind the Chiefs to win the division. The Chiefs are obviously heavy favorites, but Chargers, I think, are second. So I think they got a good shot at wild card chances this year.
They secured Herbert. They got him on like a $250 million contract, so they're keeping him happy. He's obviously elite, so that's good. But after that playoff loss to the Jags, where they were like up 27 and still lost, definitely concerning, I think.
That was bad.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Is Herbert going to upgrade his chin strap game anymore? It feel like he's got a giant chin strap. Perhaps he could get a little bit bigger.
It's very big.
It can't be as bad as Aaron Rodgers' chin strap.
Last time I checked, any chin strap was too big, dude.
You old school bucket helmet chin strap
Just shave it off.
kind of gal?
It's just barely holding on by a strap. Like, just get rid of it.
Nice. And of course the Chiefs. Can anybody beat the Chiefs this year? What's going on? Is Joe Burrow gonna do it this year or what?
The Chiefs scare me because like everyone's gonna say like they're losing all their receivers, they're losing a bunch of players, but I don't know. I think they're just gonna go back to the AFC Championship again, honestly, because they just got Andy Reid and Mahomes, and unless he gets hurt, I really don't see how you could stop him and Kelsey's connection. But I mean, it is football, so Joe Shiesty could come out. You never know. But we'll see.
How's the ankle?
Now too. I think it's fine actually.
Yeah, he's a high ankle sprain.
Their defensive tackle Chris Jones is holding out, and I think he's got like maybe like $2 million in fines just because he's not getting paid. So that could definitely be an issue. But we said that about Tyreek Hill last year, so you never.
Okay, I'm immediately conscious that we have you outside of school here, Azzo. So let's go quickly to outside the AFC West. What are some highlights in the NFL? Like who's gonna beat the Eagles? You know, what's Joe Burrow gonna do? And are the Jets the truth?
The Jets, well, they're definitely getting a lot of hype, and I'm just saying because we had a lot of hype last year. We were the old Jets, but the Jets now have Nathaniel Hackett. And we kind of saw how that worked out. Not too good. So I think they could definitely go down on a ship. But they do have Aaron Rodgers. So that's definitely better than Russell Wilson will ever be. So I'm excited for that.
It all comes down to Rodgers, definitely.
Yeah. Because, their coach, Robert Saleh, had a pretty good year last year. Almost making the playoffs. So as long as he's still their head coach, I think it'll be a pretty good year. And their defense is pretty elite. I can't even lie.
Yeah, they're elite. It's going to come down to whether Rodgers can get back to somewhat of his previous form, I would say. And besides that, they have all the weapons they need.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've seen the preseason clips. He's talking a bunch of trash. He's getting new chains from Sauce Gardner. I think he's probably in his modern era. He's got the drippy, new haircut, not rocking the long hair anymore. I think he's going to have a good year, I think.
I could see it. I wouldn't be shocked.
But at the same time, it's also the Jets, so it could be bad.
Yeah, it's very true.
You never do know.
Troy, what else are you looking forward to this NFL football season?
I kind of have a bold prediction this year. There's just a lot of young, new talent in the NFL this year, kind of the guys we've been used to for the last, 10, 15 years, or seem like they're slowly, phasing out, like the Tom Brady's, the Drew Breeses, those guys that we've known our whole, last decade of watching the NFL. But I have a bold prediction I'd like to share. I think this year's NFL MVP is going to be Justin Fields, quarterback of the Chicago Bears. I'm predicting a huge step forward for him this year. The rushing game's going to be crazy. The addition of DJ Moore, he's going to be slinging it. I also think the Bears might have a chance potentially at winning that division. We'll see, but I think he's going to take a huge step forward and be great this year.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
I will say, the Bears are nice. I like Justin Fields' game. I think he definitely stepped it up last year. But I think a lot of people are still doubting him because of his passing deficiencies, we'll say. But I do like their move to trade back in the draft. I kind of would have liked their selection of like Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle from Georgia, better. But I mean, boosting up that O-line, I think, is never a bad idea. And yeah, like you said, DJ Moore connection. People have been saying it's been a week all training camp. So yeah, I think he could have a really good year.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, it's bold for sure.
Yeah.
Ozzo's a big Justin Fields fan. I know that for sure. But what about the attitude, though? You know, Justin Fields' attitude's always been suspect.
Yeah, I don't know. He has been a little seems like not really into it his first year.
His
Not
face,
smiling on draft day,
his face on draft day. They're like the Chicago Bears. He's like, oh, what?
I know. Yeah, a couple of things. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he was like second in the Heisman voting at Ohio State, and he's got all the athleticism he needs to succeed. I mean, we saw his talents rushing this year, so sky is the limit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Also, any final takes on the NFL? What you're excited about this year?
Are you just saying that because I have to go back to school?
Yeah, I am.
Final takes. Let me think. Final takes. I think that the Bengals, I think I have them as my Super Bowl favorites, honestly. Because I think they got a little cocky the last time they were in the AFC Championship. I think they thought they were just going to beat the Chiefs every time because up to that point they beat them 3 times in a row. But now I think they got a little bit more of that fire. And I think the NFC is just not
Well, that might be it. Ozzo's cutting out.
AFC's out, I think.
Can you hear me?
I think he's not Lamar's dad. Yeah.
Okay. You're cutting out, man. So let's leave it there. Thank your teacher so much for letting you come out and do this podcast, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, all right.
All right. I'll see you later.
Later, Azzo.
Bye, Azzo.
Love you, buddy.
See you, man.
All right.
Nice.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
Beautiful.
All right.
Bye.
I've got a quick
There we go.
segue question. There are times when Azzo sounds like he has a southern accent, and I just want to understand that since you're born and bred in Denver and he's born and bred in Denver, where is that twang coming
Was there a little
from?
twang in there?
Where did he find that at?
Yeah, I don't know where he picked that up. But that was great. That went way better than I thought it would. I think he's got a future in broadcasting.
I was just going to say sports
could.
broadcasting, obviously I don't know anything about football, but he's got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
He knows his stuff for sure.
He definitely knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, they picked this guy in the draft before this guy, so that's
Yeah.
like, okay.
He's going to be talking about your hot take there, Troy, for some time. He's a big Justin Fields fan, and I'm always like, oh, the Bears are garbage. I don't know how that franchise could be garbage for so long.
I wanted to have something spicy. I didn't want to just, give the same take you're hearing all over the place. I was trying to think of something a little left field, so
Heck
no
yeah.
pun intended.
Sounds like it had legs. Azzo was down
Yeah.
for it.
Nice. That was awesome. All right. Tom, why don't we pick up your picks and the events you've got on tap for the rest of the week?
Yeah, so just what I was saying before, Lane 8 at Civic Center. I don't think any of us have been to the Civic Center Park for a show yet, but actually, you know what? That's where they ended the Nuggets parade. So that was pretty good there. They set it up nicely, big stage on the steps. And you know what? They do festivals there sometimes. I've never been to any of that stuff, but Nuggets parade, that was pretty good. And then Friday at Ball Arena, we got WWE SmackDown.
Nice.
So don't miss that if you're a fan of wrestling. And then we'll wrap it up with Red Rock schedule Tuesday and Wednesday this week, the 5th and the 6th, Dierks Bentley. I'm not going to be there, unfortunately.
That's not EDM?
Dierks Bentley? No, yeah, he's the biggest new DJ coming up right now. He's got his own bar. Yeah.
Are you for real?
No.
No.
Okay,
That would be awesome, though.
well, his name sounds like he is a truck, so I just
He is a truck.
but I don't listen to country or EDM, so you can lie to me about whatever and I would believe you. Anyway.
He's definitely a truck. Thursday, Janelle Monáe. That sounds cool.
Sweet.
Friday and Saturday, the Brandis are taking over. Well, actually just Friday, but Brandi Carlisle and Brandi Clark are going back to back for some sets. But then also Saturday, Brandi Carlisle with a different opener, Joy Oladukin. Sorry, I don't really know some of these people that come through Red Rocks, but that's all right. And then Sunday, Sylvanesso. That's great.
Nice.
That's some nice chill house stuff. I could be into that. Just seeing this right now, but Monday you could do the Colorado 9/11 stair climb at Red Rocks to honor 9/11 and what happened then. But there's definitely a lot of steps at Red Rocks for you to climb and go through what some of those guys went through on the stairs in New York City. So the people go there every day to work out on those stairs. It's pretty intense.
There's that one legendary guy too that does it backwards.
Yeah,
You seen that guy? He's always there
he
at full clip.
he'll sprint up and down. He'll sprint backwards. He'll
That's kind of extra. That's
get
my
really
hot
crazy
take.
with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely extra.
That's unnecessary, but good for you, guy.
He's kind of gone a little bit viral because of it. You could definitely see some videos of him on the internet. But he's ripped.
Yeah, he's super jacked.
All he does is work out on those stairs. I feel like he'll do like burpees up the whole stairs.
Yeah, he's out of control. He's going pro in stair climbing.
No doubt.
I think I've seen that on like TikTok or something before.
Yeah, you might have seen him. He's gone viral a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always there.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Nothing better
A
to
lot of
do.
passive income, I guess.
He's like these steps right here in particular. Nice. Is that everything from you, Tom?
Yeah. that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. My apologies, AFC West fans. Las Vegas Raiders, obviously. Los Angeles Chargers, obviously. It's early here. Okay, I'm going to get into my picks. I've got Plantopia at the Spectra Art Space. It's $17. It's running through September 10th. It's been open since the end of July, and it's South Broadway. Basically, what this is it's an art show featuring plants. Plants are the medium in which people are expressing their art. I haven't seen it, but it popped up and looks super cool. So I'm hoping I can check that out before it's done. I also have we'll just cut to it. I'm really excited about CU football now. As a CU alum, I'm back on the train. I'm going to buy a jersey. I'm going to buy a hat. I'm going to get back into it. The Buffs last year went 1-11, were just absolutely miserable. They bring in Coach Prime, which I was super stoked about because as a child of the 90s, like Deion Sanders is a special human being. And there was all the doubters to say, oh, he can't do it. Is he just doing this? It was like Little League football because he brought his son with him to be quarterback who threw for 510 yards last week. I'm on board. You beat TCU, I'm on board 100%. So they're playing Nebraska at Folsom Field on Saturday at 10 a.m. I looked to see how much tickets were, and they're about $365 a piece right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Broncos tickets are $60. CU tickets $360 at the bare minimum. So if anybody wants to bring me to the game, or if you have 2 tickets, I'll pay tops $200 a seat for Azzo and I if you want to bring us to the game. But that should be great. I'm really hoping CU has a great season, and this will be a good benchmark as far as what they do with Nebraska. My last pick for the week is the Denver Mineral, Fossil, and Gem and Jewelry Show at the National Western Complex. I think it starts on Thursday and runs for like 10 days. If nobody's ever been to this, it's absolutely extraordinary. It is possibly one of the world's biggest mineral and gem show. So if you're into crystals, if you're into geodes, if you're into carved skulls, or if you're like me and you're into crystal balls, this is the place to go.
Colorado people love their stuff, their rocks, their minerals, gems.
Yeah, you got. I mean, if you're making jewelry now, this is a place you go to get stocked up for wholesale. You have like the Taliban is there, literally. It's pretty wild. The Taliban is there when they have all these Afghanistan crystals. It's wild. I mean,
I don't know if that's actually a draw. That's that really took me by surprise. There's a lot going on at the mineral show.
Dude, there's people flying from all over the world and crate just tons and tons of rocks and minerals to this thing. It is unbelievable. What I really like it for, the Estes family will go there and we will use this as an opportunity to buy Christmas presents for everybody, because you can find one year it was like artisanal wooden boxes, just bought like 20 of them. Another year it was the salt lamps. You want a salt lamp, you can get great deals on it. On top of that, you have like the black velvet boxes that have like the cool bones of like a snake. There's like this whole booth that has all this like really intricate bone stuff. And so what they do is they take like the carcass of an animal and they put these bugs on it and the bugs strip it all away. And so you just have this like really pristinely preserved skeleton. It looks badass. You can get that there. But I will be there in search of absolutely clear crystal balls because I'm a big crystal ball guy. There was a guy there who was trying to get me to buy a $250,000 crystal ball. But he's like, it's an investment. The Japanese will buy this for $1 million. I was like, dude, why don't you just take it to Japan then?
Yeah.
Nice. I was going to ask what your rebut was to that, and that's great.
I was like, that seems like a lot of work to sell a really expensive crystal ball. But apparently the Japanese are also really into crystal balls, so I share that in common with them as well, which feels good. But it's absolutely extraordinary. They got 15-foot high amethyst crystal geodes. I mean, it's wild. It's really big. It's totally free, and it's open for like 10 days. So check that out, Denver. If you have any recommendations of events coming up, or perhaps you're producing an event, then please reach out to us, kidcaster.com/Denver. We have a little form you can fill out and send us what you have on tap. So let's talk about week in review, and what we'll highlight from last week is. Troy, what was something awesome that happened to you last week?
Yeah, last week was pretty mellow, nothing too crazy. I would say a highlight of mine was got to head over to my grandma's house for the holiday weekend. Barbecue up some carne asada, have some tacos, and spend some time with some family. So that was definitely a highlight for me, but nothing crazy or wild happening over in San Diego for me right as of now.
Olivia, what was your highlight from last week?
Man, I feel like a broken record, but it really was the Harry Potter party. I think it was one of those things where, the journey's as good as the destination. My housemate, Amanda, who is a longtime family friend, and I are both super nerdy about it. And so we went through the whole planning process, and then we had a whole day of sourcing stuff, going to like Home Goods, McNichols, all the different stores, and then like a day and a half of assembly and cooking. And then people really dug the party. We had like activities, and people were getting temporary tattooed dark marks. It was very lame in the best way. So yeah, that was my big come up. And we did a little mixology too, like Harry Potter potion cocktails.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
I hit up a wedding this weekend. That was pretty much the only big thing that I did besides just hanging out at home and watching Harry Potter, not living it, but man, it must be nice. It was up in Westminster. I always get those two mixed up, but at the Ranch Country Club. Really nice golf course. Looks like a place to go golf if you want, but great place for a wedding venue as well. So yeah, that was pretty much all I actually did this week.
Nice. I am giving a shout out to Nurture. I got a massage at Nurture. I go there for all kinds of stuff. I don't know if you guys have been there. It's at Federal and Spear, just behind that Walgreens right there. Do you know that spot?
Yeah. I went there for a co-working event one time, but it's just really feels great. They have delicious food and coffee, and then some little like locally owned boutiques as well, right?
They do. They have like a vintage spot. You can get all kinds of different services. So these are kind of like holistic type stuff. So like massage, there's like ketamine assisted therapists there. There are acupuncturists, chiropractors. If you want to studied it. I think they have a gal that does boxing for women. They basically have all these therapeutic little kind of like micro offices where people are all together. So they have like all the therapies you could imagine. You can get your hair did, you can get your nails did, and it all has this kind of holistic, organic feeling. The food is absolutely tremendous. It picks up right there. You know, that's where I found out that you could pickle absolutely anything, because the chef was pickling like rhubarb and like artichoke hearts and like all this like delicious stuff. And the cocktails are absolutely extraordinary. It happens to be positioned about probably a half mile from my house. So it's the kind of place that like if I have 45 minutes but between whatever transition I'm going, I can just stop in there, get a little appetizer, meat and cheese board, get the cocktail, and then bounce. But I was there for massage. Shout out to Rachel, and I just love that place. They have a sauna. They've got what else do they got? They got every therapy you could possibly imagine. It's a nice little spa area on Federal. So that's my shout out for the week, my highlight from last week, but looking forward to the NFL season kicking off on Sunday. I really am so excited. I mean, it ties right into the green chili. I did a test batch this weekend that came out really, really good.
Yeah.
So we will slide right into the NFL football season this week. We're excited about it. All right, I think that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. How do you guys feel?
Feel good. Nice football feature. I think you guys did a good job. Azzo's he's got it. He could be doing that professionally.
Sportscaster for sure. I do have, if you guys want to take the time for it, a little Sportsball blurb, since I don't know anything about football. And the whole time you guys were talking, it just sounded like absolute Greek to me. I was in a different world. I was like seeing grassy pastures in my head. You guys want to hear about pinball?
Yeah.
Sick. Okay. Are you guys aware that the world champion of pinball lives in Longmont, Colorado? Or maybe he moved to Fort Collins now, but he's from Longmont.
I am not.
Cool.
It's a thing. So my family lives in Loveland. There is a pinball spot called the Flip Side that we always go to as a family, and that's where I found out that Adam Leftkoff, who used to be the global champion, lived in Longmont. And so there's a big like competitive culture out there for it, but now his son has won the global championship at the age of 19. Wow. His name is Escher Leftkoff. And they have their family's pinball barn also in Lyons, Colorado, which is full of like highly coveted, rare pinball machines.
No way.
So, again, I am not like a competitive pinballer, but do you know the musical The Who's Tommy?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of my favorite musicals. Dig it. And
Pinball Wizard.
Pinball Wizard,
yeah.
And so when I found this out, I feel like it was my in to being like, wait, this is super cool, as a voyeur at least.
Can you get to the warehouse and play the pinball games?
No, it's their family's
Top
private
secret.
pinball. Like,
that's where they train?
Yeah, that's where they train. And it's like a museum.
wild.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I would pay good money to hang out in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who selects the machine for the contest? Like, are you playing The Simpsons? Are we like going something new, like Stranger Things? Like, who's picking the machine?
I feel like it's got to be, because
Is it a
everything's paid product
non-brand
placement now.
Yeah.
I feel like Netflix like throws their hat in the ring or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's the Red Bull machine.
Yeah.
I would love to watch that, but I'd be really disappointed if he's just spamming the side buttons. I don't want to see like
No technique.
Yeah, I want to see him just like a viper, just wow.
I think it's super cool. I was reading about him, and he won his first championship at 4, his first top 4 finish at 11, and then won his first world championship at 13. Which
That's cool.
I think it's like being a grandmaster at chess. They say like if you're not a grandmaster by the time you're 12 or whatever, like you're out.
No hope.
So
Wow.
This kid's like whole life has been pinball. Super cool. Anyway, thanks for letting me nerd out on that.
That's super cool. I was on South Broadway yesterday and realized that I looked at like all the bars and like the boutiques all have video games in them.
Nice.
I was like, this is cool. It's like pinball and upright video games.
Yeah, even at Podcast Movement, they had like an arcade. I'm glad it's coming back. Did you grow up playing arcade games? Were you guys arcade kids?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. Street Fighter. I remember when Street Fighter came out at 7-Eleven and it was ridiculous.
Nice.
Yeah, I spent so much money there. The Dulcim, that was my boy. Nice. Well, that's a wrap. Denver, appreciate you so much. Shout out to Azzo, our remote sports affiliate. Shout out to Troy Higgins for producing all the music for the show and also just being awesome of producing the show in general. And I liked your take, man. I really do. I think Justin feels this is do or die for him this year. You know, maybe that's a little dramatic, but I would like to see him do well. He's great.
Yeah. So would I. I'm hoping my fantasy league members don't listen to this before our draft tonight, so they know my
They
pick.
know you're going for him then.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't tune in
That's funny.
until tomorrow.
Cool. Well, appreciate you guys. Hope everybody has a great week. Take care.
Cheers, y'all.